Wealth Alchemy, the Phoenix Protocol, reclaiming your life. From zero introduction, the silence after the storm. Welcome back to Wealth Alchemy. Today we aren't talking about spreadsheets, market trends, or the latest investment vehicles. Today we're talking about the fire. We're talking about that moment when the engine stops, the paycheck disappears, and you find yourself standing in the middle of a life that feels like it's unraveling. Maybe you walked away from a career that was killing your soul, only to find that the freedom you craved feels a lot like fear. Maybe the debt is no longer a manageable line item, but a weight that makes it hard to breathe. And maybe, for reasons personal or professional, you just don't feel safe anymore. If that's you, I want you to listen closely. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a tactical manual for the transition. Before we dive into the Phoenix Protocol for rebuilding your life, I want to ask you to join this community. We are building a tribe of people who value sovereignty over security. Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and join the Wealth Alchemy movement. We are here to transform leaden circumstances into golden futures. Chapter 1. The Sovereignty of Safety. The very first pillar of Wealth Alchemy is not gold. It is peace. When you feel unsafe, your body is in a constant state of fight or flight. In this state, you are biologically incapable of making good financial decisions. You are reacting to shadows. If you have quit your job and find yourself in a vulnerable position, your first investment isn't in a stock or a business. It's in your environment. You must secure your perimeter. This might mean physically moving, changing your digital footprints, or simply cutting off the energy vampires who make you feel small. Living well starts with the internal conviction that you are the master of your space. Do not apologize for being unavailable while you rebuild. Silence is a luxury that costs $0. Use it. Create a sanctuary where the world cannot reach you. When you feel safe, your clarity returns. And when clarity returns, the path to wealth becomes visible again. Chapter 2. The Truth About Debt and Dignity. Let's look at the debt. To the world, debt is a failure. To a wealth alchemist, debt is simply misallocated energy. It is a contract you signed in the past that is trying to dictate your future. The weight of debt comes from the secrecy and the shame. The moment you bring it into the light, it begins to evaporate. You must conduct a radical audit. Look at every cent. Do not hide from the letters or the phone calls. Face them with a stoic coolness. Tell your creditors the truth. The old system is gone. I am building a new one. I cannot pay you today, but I will not disappear. By taking the lead in the conversation, you reclaim your dignity. Remember, the bank can take your car or your credit score, but they cannot take your ability to create value. Your dignity is the only asset that cannot be repossessed. Chapter 3. The Wartime Lifestyle. When you quit your job without a net, you are effectively at war. And in war, you don't care about luxury, you care about logistics. Living well on a wartime budget is an art form. It is about radical essentialism. We cut everything that doesn't contribute to your health, your safety, or your future output. But here is the secret. This isn't about deprivation. It's about focus. Instead of spending money on entertainment to forget your problems, spend your time solving them. Cook your own food. Treat it like a ritual of health. Exercise until your body is tired. Treat it like a ritual of strength. When you strip away the noise of consumerism, you realize that living well is actually very inexpensive. It's the appearance of living well that is expensive. We don't care about appearances here. We care about the foundation. Chapter 4. Skill Alchemy. Turning time into value. You have just quit a job. That means you have just inherited 40 to 60 hours a week of raw, unrefined time. This is your greatest asset. Most people waste this time in a fear loop, scrolling through job boards or worrying. Instead, you must become a student. What is the one skill you've always wanted that the market is willing to pay for? Is it coding? Is it sales? Is it supply chain management? In the wealth alchemy philosophy, we believe in bridge income. You don't need a career right now. You need a cash flow bridge. Take the lowly jobs if you have to, but do them with the mindset of a king in disguise. Every dollar earned in this phase is a freedom dollar. It buys you another day of not having to go back to the cubicle you hated. Chapter 5. The Mental Fortress. Living through uncertainty requires a specific kind of mental armor. You will have days where the fear returns, where the debt feels too high and the world feels too dangerous. On those days, you lean on your philosophy. This is why we practice Stoicism. We focus only on what we can control. You cannot control the interest rates. You cannot control what your old boss thinks of you. You can control your breath, your morning routine, and the next action you take. If you're finding value in this mindset shift, this is exactly what we explore every week on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself, is the old way of thinking working for you? If not, join us. Let's build something better. Chapter 6. The long game of reconstruction. Rebuilding doesn't happen in a weekend. It happens in the quiet, boring moments of discipline. It's the Tuesday morning when you wake up early to work on your side project instead of sleeping in. It's the Friday night where you stay home to save money instead of going out to impress people you don't like. You are currently in the refining stage of alchemy. The impurities are being burned away. The safety you thought you had was an illusion. Real safety comes from your ability to survive, adapt, and create. Don't rush the process. If you have a house and a car, you have resources. If you have your health, you have power. If you have your family, you have a reason. Everything else is just math. And math can always be solved with time and effort. Conclusion. Rising from the ashes. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want you to look in the mirror today and say, the transition has begun. You are no longer the person who is afraid of losing their job. You are the person who has already walked through the fire. The debt is a mountain, but mountains are meant to be climbed. The unsafe feelings are a signal to move, to grow, and to protect. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your recovery. Thank you for being part of the Wealth Alchemy community. Your support, your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions is what allows us to keep bringing these truths to light. If you know someone who is struggling right now, who has just quit or is facing the weight of debt, share this video with them. Let's help each other stay sovereign. I'll see you in the next video. Stay grounded. Stay sharp. This is Wealth Alchemy.